Ladies and gentlemen, the world's #1 sports recreation podcast, Cheap Heat, baby. We're back. And wait a second, live from the streets of Paris, a stone's throw from where Clash in Paris will be held, the Arena de Défense. Arena de Défense? I don't know. I'm doing my best here. I'm your forever 24/7 champion with boots on the ground in Paris. And I am joined all the way back in Philadelphia by the physically large StatGuy, Greg. Hey, SUG.
It did sound right, but I don't want to speak for the Parisians. So if it was wrong, send all smoke to P. But there will be no smoke because.
Come on, we know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And also, even further away, another 3 hours back is 38 at 35 Dipperstein. Hey, Dip, how you doing?
Good. I imagine you in Paris. Like, I've never been to Paris, but I imagine, when I think of Paris, I think of like small cups of, like tiny cups, drinking out of tiny cups, sitting on tiny chairs at a tiny table on a tiny street.
The chairs are tiny. The cups are tiny. This is, if you want to know, this is what your Renaissance coffee cup looks like. If that does anything for you, Dip.
Is there
a single like Andre the Giant?
Is there a single bagel place anywhere near you in Paris where you are? Are there any bagel places in general in France?
There's baguettes though.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I think if you're searching for a bagel in Paris, you're doing something wrong. You're probably just wanting to get the baguette.
What if you opened a place in Paris which was bagels made out of baguettes? A baguette bagel. A bagel.
A bagel?
A bagel.
A bagel is something. And by the way, the sign the sign for the store could say like baguettes crossed out, and it's just bagels. And this is gonna be or bagels. No, it is. Paris is awesome. SUG, you've spent time here.
Yeah.
Dip, you have not.
3 times.
I feel like
international. Just everyone, please take a moment to celebrate International SGG. 3 different trips to what's your like? Do you have a default? I was talking to a friend of ours at the company, the great Matt Altman, earlier, and I was saying, he was like, I'm only in Paris for 1 day. I've never been. Like, what should I do with 1 day? And it's like, it's a little overwhelming. It's like New York in 1 day. So what would be your go-to SGG that you tell someone 1 day in Paris, go do it?
I feel like the neighborhood, like I think it's called the Latin Quarters, where the Notre Dame is and all that. Like that's a good neighborhood to walk around, see some sights. They have like a nice, I don't know the names of any of these places, but there's like a chocolate shop on one of the streets. Shakespeare and Company.
Really? You don't say a chocolate shop in the streets of Paris. Wow.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cafes, but that neighborhood I think is really nice to me.
I said Left Bank, Latin Quarter. Is where I thought he should go. Dip, by the way, is someone mowing your lawn right now, Dip?
They're doing construction, the endless construction. They's neighbors, they're I don't know what they're doing. Their house, by the way, they're doing tons of construction. The house never looks any different from the outside. I don't know. They're doing tons of things to the outside of the house, and nothing ever looks different. What the hell are they doing? Nobody knows.
Now I'm going to have to ask you something that's going to be very hard for you. It may ruin this entire show. It's quiet at this moment, but you may have to hover over your mute button, and when you're not talking, mute, because SGG, you're catching it, right?
Yeah. I thought it was you, P. I thought because Paris is a city. It's the city of lights. I heard the beeping trucks and the activity. I thought it was over you.
It's the hills of Dipperstein. That's where the action is.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I had 1 day in Paris or wherever, I think I would storm the beaches of Normandy.
Then you'd have to go to Normandy.
Yeah, you'd have to go to Normandy. How far are you from Normandy right now?
SGG, how far is Normandy from Paris?
No idea. Probably like 2 hours though, maybe.
You didn't do it?
Nah.
I've never done it either. It's a doable trip. Hold on. Normandy. Let's see. From my location. It looks like 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Okay. That's doable.
Yeah, you could do a day trip to Normandy. But Dip, I do have to tell you, I think you'd actually, for the same reasons, the things that you like about New York, you would very much enjoy about Paris. It is the definition of either New York adjacent or New York plus. The definition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and the one thing I like about where the show is on Sunday that makes it different than New York is I'm in this part that no one visiting to go to Paris recreationally would ever go to. This is like the business financial area. And what I like about it is, unlike New York, it's removed from all the cool stuff. Like, I don't need all of New York's business crap and people in suits in the middle of all the fun. Get rid of it. It's out. It's out here. There's a shop. By the way, I was just at a Hollister at the Westfield shopping mall right here.
Oh, Westfield is
my God. What do you do? That's basically where I work. Let me ask you a question. Do you think people are sunbathing on the beaches in Normandy, or did they just leave it alone just as like a monument to the storming of the beaches? Or is it like a beach that people go to?
It's got to be a beach. There has to be a regular beach, no?
I don't know. It's like sacred ground, I would assume.
I mean, it's for Americans.
I would assume so too.
I don't know. Do the French have the same reverence for the beach in Normandy? Is it the same?
I mean, maybe? It was the most significant battle of World War II, arguably, and it saved the world.
It was temporarily. It was the definition of signif. There's no question about it.
Yes,
but anyways, if you're coming out here, you're probably not. But for anyone who's making the trip, it is awesome. The food is awesome. The flight is actually not from the East Coast. Not a terrible flight at all.
No,
from the
it's
West
not at
Coast,
all. It's an easy flight.
Now you want to talk about a flight. You want to talk about a subject that is going to take over this show potentially from now for the next 6 weeks. It is about my flight to Perth for Crown Jewel.
Because you got to go to the West Coast?
I don't have to go to the West Coast. I have to go to Raw, which is in Dallas.
Okay.
To get on the flight to go there. But then on the way back, I'm on my own. It's a commercial flight back. Oh. So in all likelihood, it will be, and I'm just waiting for Dip's jaw to drop about all of this. It is the return trip, because I'm guessing once I'm in Dallas, the charter flight won't be that bad. It'll be the shortest trip you could possibly make. My guess is straight, maybe not. I don't know. But
it's not straight.
You think they have to stop to refuel?
There's a stopover for sure. I looked it up after we texted about it. I looked it up. There's definitely you can't fly for 24 hours. There's a stopover in some fakaka
They have
country.
fuel on the planes though. They can refuel in the air.
There's no such thing. I looked it up.
But even
they can definitely refuel in the air.
I'm sure Dallas, they can, but I'm just telling you.
But hold on.
There's no direct flight. There's no direct flight to Perth.
So there's no direct flight from JFK to Perth. That is correct. Is there? There's nothing LAX either.
No.
This is Dallas, which it looked like SUG in the air is a 19-hour flight. So I wonder if because it's a charter they can do it. You may be right. On the way back, though, the flight that I'm likely choosing is a 28-hour trip back.
Oh.
It is.
Is that with the time travel, or is that just like straight hours away of the time?
That is the amount of hours. No, the time travel is significantly less.
Because you're going.
Because I'm coming back.
It's 6 days ago
from the future.
I mean, who knows when it is?
So I will leave. The show is on a Saturday. I will leave Sunday afternoon. I will travel for 28 hours, and I will get back Monday morning.
I mean, this is too much. We should just tell these people in Perth, you're not getting wrestling. You got to move somewhere where we can get to for the wrestling.
It's crazy.
It's too much.
It's crazy. It will be Perth to Doha to JFK.
Uh-huh. What about Normandy? Do you have to stop in Normandy?
You are not. Dip, let me ask you a question, though, real quick. Where is Doha?
I have no idea where it is. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you in a million years. Is it in the Middle East?
It is. Where is it, though?
Doha. Saudi Arabia.
No.
Okay.
The definition, some would say the definition of Saudi Arabia Jays. Any guess, SGJ?
Where is it?
Nobody knows. It is in Qatar.
Oh, it's in Qatar. Qatar. Beautiful this time of year.
How do you feel about Saudi Arabia Jays for Qatar?
That sounds right to me.
But the nice part is it'll be Qatar Airways, so I'll see what that experience is like. And God willing, Natalie can work a plug and get me upgraded because the business on Qatar.
Oh,
you
forget
move
it. It's
you move it.
It's you're moving there's shelves, there's God knows what's going on.
I saw an executive friend of ours earlier today, and he was talking to me about Perth. And he has executive privileges, which means he's flying the good way every time. And he's like, "Oh, I'm on Qatar Airways. It is all good, buddy. It is all good."
I wonder what the turbulence is like in that little apartment that you're in. What is the turbulence like in a tiny little airplane apartment?
I bet you don't even feel it.
You feel it. You feel it.
What about what if you're in bed? One of these ones that has an actual bed.
Not like a lay flat seat, like a real bed,
like a bed. And and a shower. Some of them have showers.
A shower. Wow. Yeah.
Now, can you imagine the turbulence?
Stay Mage. How much time do we have to get you upgraded?
I know. We're gonna work on it.
Patreon.com/Stay Mage.
You have your own shower in the bathroom. It's probably been cleaned in between flights. I don't know how well it's been cleaned. Do you wear sandals in the private shower bathroom air thing in the
They probably give you good sandals to wear in the
They probably do. SGG's probably right, but
they're like, here are your sleep sandals, here are your shower sandals.
And by the
way, your robe.
These are very rich feet that are setting foot into this shower. These are the richest of feet that you've ever seen. Now, I will say
my feet will be the poorest of feet that ever set in the shower on the other side.
Mine too. Now, I basically we flew Delta out here. And by the way, if you're listening to us live right now on SiriusXM channel 156, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, we'll get to all of the wrestling. But if you're new to the show, travel talk does take up a significant portion of what we do. So just come along for the ride, pun intended. I will say I used basically Maya's college fund in American Express points to upgrade us on the flight to Paris. So we upgraded to Delta One. I have to say, the Delta One experience at JFK, I didn't know what this experience at JFK. Have you done it, SGG?
Yeah.
You have, of course, SGG has. The man has lived a life of luxury, unlike most Americans ever dream of.
I'm not a lounge guy. I need to become a lounge guy. I'm a successful businessman.
You do need to become a lounge guy. You do.
I'm not a lounge guy. I'm not loungy. I'm not loungy.
Dip. Stop. I mean, also, you of all people, you get to flights early.
You're not the man of the
I don't need Frosted Flakes before I get on a plane. I don't need.
It's way better than Frosted Flakes.
Well, hold on.
Even in Philly.
Two things. One, Dip, you get to flights early. Like, I have, knock on wood, mastered. I get dropped off at the airport. I get through security. I'm walking down the thing as the clock is edging towards boarding.
That's how you live your whole life. So yes, that's true.
But I take pride in it at the airport. I do not want to sit in those seats waiting for the people staring to stand up and get online. I avoid it at all costs. And while you may besmirch me, feel free to besmirch.
I'm not besmirching. I haven't besmirched.
Knock on wood, I have not effed around and missed a flight since a teenager. I don't know the last time I missed a flight. I've run once or twice, which I don't ever do again.
I've run. People, I've run.
I've run. You know why I ran? I ran. No, you can't, SGG. You look nuts. You can't do it. You're too big. SGG is too big to run. Cannot happen.
I'll get tackled.
Yeah, you would.
In this climate,
you think something's happening. Yeah. But Dip, you know what happened to me? The time I had to run and almost missed the flight was I wasn't with you, but I had been visiting you. Got to LAX thinking I was good. And it was one of those situations where getting into LAX is 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You're just... And so Natalie and I ran with our bags and Rocky, just an absolute nightmare. Long way of saying, though, Dip, when you take Delta One from JFK, you get to the airport and you walk into the Delta area and there's a sign that says Delta One near where you would go to like check in at a regular counter.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen the line is usually 50 people long to walk into.
No, not on that side. You go and they take care of your bags and they handle you and then they let you out right by security.
No.
Oh, you went better than that.
Not at JFK. At JFK Delta One, you walk in, you walk down its own pathway to its own area to check in.
So Frosted
where
Flakes.
they take your bags.
They take your bags. They give you Frosted Flakes.
At which point you never see the real security line. You never go back out. You go through Delta One security, which was nobody, and then you immediately go to the Delta One lounge. Frosted Flakes dip. It's a full restaurant with sit-down ordering. I'm having halibut.
Yeah,
I'm having drinks.
There's halibut. There's halibut.
I don't know which lounge dip has been with the Frosted Flakes.
I've never been. If you can get halibut with Frosted Flakes, I'm there.
Wait, do you want
the Frosted Flakes
or not?
I like halibut. I don't know if I need the I'd rather have halibut than Frosted Flakes, to be honest.
Well, but for the record, SGG Dip isn't completely wrong when it comes to like the Delta Sky Club. Yes,
that's what I'm talking about, the Delta Sky Club.
However, compared to sitting in the chairs outside the plane, you wouldn't rather get a little comfortable seat where you can like put your stuff down? You are so. It is SGG. One thing, I had a friend I went to college with named Jim Scranton McGee. All right, I think I've told you this before. Jim McGee was the most all-American guy of all time. I mean, he literally looked like middle-class, just blue-collar, 1985 America. Nicest man.
Sounds like a fake name, too, I got to say.
Jim McGee.
Like Billy Jack Haynes.
I know. No. Wait, who was... No, Dip, who was the jobber? McGee. Who was the McGee jobber?
McGee.
It was Tom McGee.
Oh, Tom McGee.
Tom McGee. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jim, we called him Scranton because that's where he's from. The man didn't like mashed potatoes. And I said, how can a guy named Jim Scranton McGee from Scranton, Pennsylvania, not like mashed potatoes? That is the equivalent of Dipperstein having no interest in first class or a lounge. You just want to sit in the filth at the airport?
To be tell you, I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
It doesn't make sense to me.
At the Qatar Airways first class, I'm not seeing anything great in these pictures. There is a bed, sort of like a bed-adjacent thing, and the meal is like a croissant with like a plate of slop.
That's
seeing
the snack. That's the snack.
I'm seeing a slop plate next to a croissant.
By the way, I just want to say that the words of Brian Dipperstein do not reflect the words of this podcast, who admire and love the meals on Qatar Airways. And I will have you know right now, Dip, there is no meal. You have a menu and you order as many times as you want throughout the night. You order all night long.
I see a bar. There's a bar. There's a bar. Sounds page.
Come on. Dip, you could dip Flair. Yeah, you could dip Flair on the plane.
I would 100%.
All right. We've covered a lot in the world of travel, and when we come back, we'll cover a lot in the world of wrestling. I am here in Paris, where Clash in Paris will take place on Sunday. It is Cheap Heat Live. We will get into the drama from Monday Night Raw this week, the aftermath, the fallout. One of my favorite people is in a beef with a reality star. I don't know what you'd call this person. There's but also plus. I mean, she's also plus in some ways. Well, we'll get into it. That and much, much more. Plus, we'll break down the card for Clash. We'll talk some Forbidden Door. There's a lot happening. It is Cheap Heat Live on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. New World Wrestling Federation Superstars Cookies from Salerno. Great tasting cookies in 10 fun-to-eat WWF wrestling shapes.
All right, as we continue on, it is Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 Cheap Heat Live. Peter Rosenberg, StatGuy Greg, Dipperstein. I am in Paris, where I will be doing the countdown show on Sunday. When was the last time, besides Evolution, which was sort of kind of felt like an add-on for the way they did things, SUG, when was the last Sunday PLE besides Evolution?
I don't know. It feels like it was a long time ago. And I was even confused about it being on a Sunday. I was like, this can't be right. But
it's kind of crazy, right? But I'm excited about it. It should be a good card. I wonder. I don't know if do we think we're done, guys, in terms of the card for Clash?
It feels pretty done at this point. When they were going over all the matches at the end of, like, the middle to the end of Raw, it felt like a full card. Now that they've added, like, Sheamus and the Donnie Brooke match and the Donnybrooking up a storm in Paris. And
so no, it does look fairly full, but let's start with the Becky Lynch Nikki Bella, which is a lot of fun in my opinion. I'm just excited to actually see. So many times when we get to these matches, I'm curious for the outcome, not necessarily curious for the match. I am like curious for the physical matchup for Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch. SGG, you're supposed to be the stat guy. I'm going to hit you with the second question in a row. You may not know the answer again. Last Nikki Bella PLE singles match?
I think it was at the first Evolution, right?
Could it be that long?
When she fought, I believe it was Ronda Rousey. I believe it was in the main event.
Let's see here. You know, you can look up the old record on these psychotic websites. Okay, So here you go.
Was it Pro Fight Database? Is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm on one of those. Evolution versus Ronda Rousey. Nope. And then Royal Rumble 2022. No, that's the match. That's the actual match.
Yeah, her last singles match was, because I believe she was in the Royal Rumble.
Yes, and I think they're just saying, it says winner Ronda Rousey because she won the Rumble that year, I'm guessing. But Nikki was just in that match. So her last singles PLE match is Evolution 1, October 28th, 2018.
It feels like that was so long ago.
A not great moment for your boy. I talk about being in a different place from the last Nikki Bella match to right now, guys. That was a week after D-Day in Peter Rosenberg's life. That was the first WWE event I missed, was Evolution, because I was on the D-low trying to pull my life together. But here we are, and guys, that's an incredible amount of time between matches for Nikki Bella. And Nikki is 41 years old. She'll be 42 in November. She looks incredible. She looks like she's in great shape. But man, that is a lot of time off for a wrestler in the early 40s. Going to be fun to see what Nikki brings to the table.
I think she might still have her fastball, though. I'll be quite honest. And just to be real, too, the thing about, people when they watch wrestling, they like say, "Oh, this person." They look for the most polished wrestler, and they say like they're the best. And I don't necessarily think that Nikki or Becky are the most polished, but they're two of the best because they're gonna make the wrestling feel like they're gonna bring the magic to it. They're gonna make it feel like you're really watching people scrap. Like I don't need a super polished wrestler. I just enjoy that feeling of those moments when you see something that's like, hold on, was that supposed to happen? Or like, okay, they're really laid into each other. Like that aspect to me is part of the magic, and I think they're gonna bring it.
Now, SGG, a lot of controversy over Becky Lynch invoking the name of Ozzy Osbourne during Raw, which was in Birmingham, England, where Ozzy is from. And the line was something along the lines of the only thing great, from this place died a month ago. But with respect to Ozzy, he did the smart thing and moved to a proper city, Los Angeles. If I were from here, I would die too. Did I get it right? Is that pretty much nail it?
Yeah, that nailed
it. And Kelly Osbourne, who you're calling a reality star Jace. I'm calling maybe a reality star plus.
She's not a reality star plus. I mean, come on.
Hold on. We are not going to rewrite history. That show was iconic, and she was a big part of that show.
It was iconic, but let's be real. Her parents were the stars, and I wouldn't even call them reality star. I would call the parents reality star Jace. The kids reality star Jace.
SGG, you cannot call Sharon Osbourne reality star Jace. She is like a foremother to the whole industry. That she was already a person, but Sharon Osbourne has basically she's kind of the first what's her face? Kris Jenner.
But like that, Kris Jenner's more of a reality star than Sharon Osbourne, and Ozzy's not a reality star at all. So if anything, it's Ozzy's not a reality star. Sharon Osbourne reality star, Jace. Kids are Jace-esque. They are real reality stars. You got people from the real world, like The Miz is a reality star. These are real reality stars.
I'm gonna go ahead and
he
say
had a
Sharon
reality
Osbourne.
show. They had a show. They are stars that had a reality show. They're not reality stars.
Well, if anything, they're above that. Then, if anything, they're a level up because they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and
Sure.
they literally kind of helped grow the entire business. My point is, Kelly Osbourne is not a nobody. You can dog her if you want. She's not a nobody. Mm-hmm. She is somebody with who doesn't understand professional wrestling. I heard there was some debate on the channel about whether the lines went too far. Like, what are we talking? There was nothing mean about. If it had been the day after he died, then I would say maybe anything using him for cheap heat is just like a bit much. I think that's a fair. I think it's a fair thing to say that, like, if you're within days of someone dying, using them for cheap heat is a bit much. But like a month later, and she put him over and basically said he's big and he's smart and I would die too. It really, Kelly, I get it. You're sensitive. Your dad died. I understand. That's totally feel you. But Becky didn't do. I basically don't have a problem with either of them. I have no problem with Kelly Osbourne getting upset about it. Your dad just died. Whatever gets you upset is fine. But I certainly have zero problem with Becky Lynch doing what heel professional wrestlers do.
Right. And I think Kelly Osbourne, like you said, she's well within her rights to be sensitive. This is her dad. But like, the wrestling fans being sensitive about it, or like, feeling like there was a line that was crossed and the company should have run it past the family and this and that. I mean, what are they doing? Like, where are we now?
Yeah, how who's really upset about this though, outside of Kelly Osbourne?
Like you said, there was some chatter on the channel about whether or not she crossed the line. Some fans immediately jumped to it as like, Becky, she crossed the line, shouldn't have said whatever she said. But it's just like, I don't, at least to me, and I might get crushed for this, but I don't see where she said something that was ultimately offensive. Rest in peace to Ozzy. He did pass away. He is an icon. He did move to LA. And regardless of where you're from, you're going to die. If you're from Birmingham, you're going to die. If you're from Harlem, you're going to die. If you're from DC, you're going to die. If you're from Papua New Guinea, you're going to die. So for Becky to even say, if I was from X place, I would die too. It's like, you're going to die no matter where you're from.
It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't even, right? Yeah. So,
by the way, why did Dip get left out of death?
Oh, Dip is going to live forever. I mean, let's just be real.
his decrepit body living off of Nespresso pods, Slim Jims.
Dip, me and you and everybody else, we might be out of here, but Dip is going to live forever.
I feel bullied. I'm feeling a little bullied. I got to be honest.
I'm jealous. I too would like to opt out of death, but it's just not going to happen for me.
I'm feeling bullied. I'm definitely not opting out of death. I mean, I could be moments. I have no idea.
So Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, Sunday, guys. How are you feeling about this match? I guess I lean Becky Lynch, right? I mean, Nikki might be around for a while, is what it seems like. So I can't say I'd be shocked if Nikki won, but I'm going to go Becky Lynch.
I'm going to lean Becky Lynch too. Although I think this is going to be a fun match, and I, like you, am open to being surprised by a Nikki Bella victory. I think either one of them with this championship makes it mean a whole lot. So they're in a good spot right now. They don't have a bad option with the winner for this match and this title. Speaking of the women, how did you Dip? Did you get your eyes on Rhea Ripley and Roxanne from Monday?
Yeah, I did. I don't know, that whole situation is kind of like, it's in a weird place. It seems a little mush-mushy right now. Are you sensing a mush-mush? I'm sensing mush-mush. The whole Io, Asuka, they gave each other, Rhea and Io Sky gave each other a hug. It's a little unorganized right now. This mush-mush situation is not. I don't know if it's working for me.
My only disagreement here would be, I'd say mishmash over mushmash, but I agree with you. I agree that sort of if you really look at what's happening in the women's like upper card generally, between Stephanie Vaquer, Naomi now is out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget Bianca had her injury and has disappeared. To where this whole Judgment Day thing is, Liv is gone. SUG, I don't think dips out of line for saying there's a mishmash sort of in the upper part of the women's division.
I don't think he's wrong, but I do also think that his viewpoint is very, it's rooted in what's happening right now. It's the present. It's not very forward thinking. And I think that what he's going to see as the oracle of cheap heat, what he's going to see is that there's going to be a big shakeup in the top of the women's division. I think Asuka is obviously going to turn heel on Io, but on the other side of it, Rhea is also going to turn heel on Io, and that there's a vacancy right now at the top of the card for a big bad in the women's division, and I think it's going to be a solo Rhea Ripley. That means we're going to need some baby faces too, so Ia's going to shoot up to the top as like a big baby face. Stephanie Vaquer is waiting in the wings, but Rhea Ripley is I got my eye on Rhea. I think she's going to turn on Io, and that's going to settle things in terms of the baby face and heel dynamics, and we're going to see them have a strong hold on the women's division going forward. But watch out for Rhea. I don't think that her and Io are as solid, and that they're going to be in the next 3 months.
I think you could be right. I would say it's more likely that Asuka becomes the big bad in the women's division, and I think Stephanie Vaquer, moves into the main babyface spot. And I think while they decide what to do with Rhea Ripley, I don't know. It's either what Greg said or I think what I said. It's one or the other.
By the time we get to Perth, it's going to be evil Rhea just destroying.
You think evil Rhea? What I'd like to see is evil Rhea versus babyface Stephanie Vaquer. Macabre versus macabre. My favorite.
I think we get there eventually, but evil Rhea is definitely in play.
I like the macabre versus
macabre. No, we know how you feel about that. But real quick, I want to say this respectfully. You both are morons. I said respectfully. So I don't think there's any room for anyone to be upset here.
That made it probably worse, but
are we really thinking, after what is going on with Rhea right now and the eyeballs she seems to be getting from Unreal, everyone is talking her up as like the next biggest thing in the company, and we're heading to Perth. You think they're going to go?
No.
Yeah. And if they do, SGG, here's why. And here's where I'll meet you in the middle, maybe. If they're going to do it, SGG, I think they do it in the middle of the ring after her match in Perth.
She already had her moment in Perth, though. They built, Elimination Chamber. She main evented. She walked in with the championship. She was the hometown hero. She may still get that reaction whether she's a heel or not. But
She will. It's a good point.
But I think that they're not just looking at Perth and that it all evaporates. They have to build to it and then get past it. And freshening Rhea up as a heel right now, I think it's because the people are not going to see it coming. And she is up to the task of making it work beyond just Perth.
We'll go back to Clash in Paris, of course, but I do want to step into AEW for a moment. And one of the conversations we teased last week, but never got into, guys, was that of Chris Jericho, his contract status. SGG, what is the latest? What are people saying on Chris Jericho's contract?
That his contract is coming due in December, and that people believe that he is going to be on his way back home to WWE.
Is there any real reason for people thinking this besides it just seems like right?
I mean, I think the main reason for people to think this, right, is because it's the Jericho thing to do. He's gonna jump ship, and he's gonna like run it till the wheels fall off. And this is the time for him to ride it into the Hall of Fame. So he's probably is gonna, shake hands with Tony Khan, wish them the best, maybe even job on his way out, and then pop back up on a Monday night. Hopefully not with the Judas theme. I think that's his worst theme song. Just bring it back to the Y2J classic Break the Walls Down theme. We don't need
You
to
don't like
mess
Judas?
with it. No.
You really? Actually, well, you don't like The Office either. So, I mean, you have some questionable. Listen, you have some great takes and you got some questionable takes.
You think Judas is better than Break the Walls Down?
I really enjoy Judas. I do. I mean, do I like it more than Break the Walls Down? Not for the pop, right? Like for the pop coming back, you need Break the Walls Down. Dip, what's your preference? You prefer Break the Walls Down?
I think I prefer Break the Walls Down, but I don't. Here's the thing: what would the crowd react to more significantly, Break the Walls Down or Judas? Would WWE
Break the Walls Down?
You think so?
Yeah.
But it's Break the Walls Down is not a sing along. Judas is a sing along.
Of the sing along songs that wrestlers have, Judas is not even top 5 of those. It's not On This Day. It's not the Randy Orton I Hear Voices. It's not.
Can I tell you? I have a take here. You may disagree. You may disagree. The level of singing along with those songs that we're seeing today came after the Judas sing along. The Judas sing along. Hear me out, SGG. Before you disagree, the Judas sing along reaction set off. Dip, do you agree? The sing along to Judas in AEW for Jericho led to this new revolution we have where everyone sings along the themes. I believe Judas was the one.
I agree. I mean, I don't know. People were singing along to Randy, but Judas may have been like the first true sing along of like this generation of wrestling fans. That's a good point. It's a good point.
And then they really picked up with the Edge and the Randy and all the other ones have really picked up. Cody, of course, but I think it was Judas was the one. I really do. I got him credit.
I'll give him credit too. Look, Judas was the one, but the first doesn't mean that's all they get. He's all right. The $1 bill is the first in the sequence of the dollar bills, right? Would you rather have a $1 bill or a 10 or a 20 or 100? Judas was the first. It's the $1 bill though. It's not. It's not as made as the other ones.
I really enjoy it. Listen, my relationship with Chris Jericho is perfect. It is exactly what a life relationship is. There are things I love and hate about this man, and I am honest about all of them. But one of the things that's on the love thing is his music in general in wrestling, and Judas is high up there. Now, if he is to come back, guys, does he have? He's going to have one more Mania match. Would that be the hope? Is like one more?
I love this
because
I can't wait. I love him. I'm a Jericho-holic. I always have been.
Have you ever had a conversation with him at a bar though?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, briefly, very briefly,
but not enough to make a decision on the ultimate decision.
No, I have not. But eventually, one day, I'm sure I will.
No, listen. And by the way, it could go either way. But does he? Let's be honest. Chris Jericho has to end it in WWE. The Hall of Fame, the whole thing has to happen. There's no question about it. No matter what parts I am not in love with about Jericho at times, he's one of the most diverse sort of talents we've ever had. He can do so many things well. He's had so many great stories with so many people. I think Jericho's shortcoming, if he has one, is that as much as he loves pro wrestling, and by the way, I actually relate to this, okay? I relate to this with my own personal issues. As much as the man loves wrestling, I think it's also never quite been enough. He's always thought there was like a level further for Jericho. Like it wasn't enough that he was a tier, very close to tier 1 talent. I'm not saying tier 1 in the tiers of Mage, but I'm saying at the big points in his career, he has been at the very top of the card. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and get into wrestling as if we're inside the show and talk about the fact that he beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in the same night for the Undisputed Championship. But that's a pretty big friggin' deal, okay?
He's the man. The first Undisputed champion.
So, I just think it was never enough for him to some degree, which I think fueled some of the bad moments that there have been. But that's a deep emotional and mental conversation. The guy's an all-time great. It has to end in WWE at some point. The question is, based on what he looked like last time, I saw him in a match, And it looks like we're getting near the end here. It has slowed down.
He's lost a ton of weight. The latest photos of him, public photos of him, he looks great, though. I know he goes up and down, looking great, not looking great. Right now, he looks great. You know, I don't know if he dyed his hair a little bit, and I don't know, man. Jericho's an exciting guy. I love seeing him out there, no matter where he wrestles. I'm a huge fan. I'm excited to see him back in the spotlight again, if it happens.
Well, I mean, and what kind of SGG? So I'm asking a question. He's 54 years old. What level spotlight is Jericho getting if he comes back? Let's not forget, this is a man who, when he comes back, will be almost Ric Flair's age at retirement. Okay? You want to have your mind blown? Jericho coming back will be, I think, 4 years younger than Ric Flair was when he retired. That number I just threw at you of Ric Flair's age, I guarantee you, Jericho has looked at that number before and has been like, I can go back for 4 years. I guarantee you. If I stay in shape, I can do it for 4 years. But let's just assume, for the sake of argument, it's one. Who would you want to see Chris Jericho have a match with in WWE?
I hope they don't do a wrap-up run now for everyone who seemingly deserves it. I don't need a wrap-up run for John Cena, Mount Rushmore of wrestling. Definitively on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
I'm not sure about that.
He deserves the year-long schmageggery. I think, what? I think Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton deserves a good 6 months of a goodbye. Same with Jericho, maybe. I don't know. Jericho number 30 in the Royal Rumble seems to be a great situation for everybody. I mean, people would go nuts. If you see that ball go down that tunnel in that video, and that he comes out, it's going to be a thing. Totally.
And
100%.
Maybe number one in the Rumble. Maybe number one.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Either or.
Because they introduce the Rumble. They say this is who the entrants are. First entrance coming out now, and then you hit him. He has the countdown.
Oh my god!
And then he comes out at number one, and then the whole rest of the show is different countdowns. Don't waste it on 30.
I gotta tell you, that's worth the trip to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in and of itself. Another flight we'll have to discuss. That flight will be a dream after Perth. A dream. Easy. You don't even. You do that one standing up.
I want you to clock the turbulence on these flights. I want to know what these laying down turbulence is like. The turbulence in the shower. Do they tell you? No. Hold on. If they know turbulence going, do they say, beep beep, whatever? Sit down. No showers. No showering. Do they tell you when you can shower, when you can't?
I truly hope I get to be a part of that conversation. It's going to be. We have a couple of months to work on this. All right. So who would you want to see though? If there was one Jericho story, he comes back in the Rumble, he gets eliminated by this person, and they get a thing. Who is that person?
I've heard LA Knight. I've heard LA Knight thrown around a bunch of times. Maybe I'd like to see that. Maybe he puts over. I hate the put over. I hate the put over. But if he's gonna, maybe if they do that, maybe it's Joe Hendry. That seems to fit like interestingly.
SGG? Anyone that excites you?
Excites me? No, I know that I don't want it to be like a young guy. Like I don't want him anywhere near Dom Mysterio. I don't want him near anywhere near like a Roman or like somebody like that. So Joe Hendry feels good.
Yeah, right.
LA Knight feels good.
I think Joe Hendry is going to have a breakout, like about to have like a big breakout. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying. I think Joe Hendry's about to like break out in a big way.
Well,
you think so, Greg?
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's feeling like they're teasing it.
I'm smelling a Joe Hendry situation.
Well, and by the way, he just showed up on the European tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like him. The people like him, most importantly. He's delivering the entertainment. So, regardless of how I felt about him.
Why don't you want Jericho anywhere near Dominic Mysterio? I actually think that could be kind of fun.
Dom is so mage right now and rising. And I think Jericho, like in these past few years, the Jericho that we've got, it just hasn't been like, yes, the name value is incredible. We love Jericho. We love when we see him, but his in-ring bell-to-bell stuff is like, it hasn't been, I think, worthy of where Dom Mysterio is going to be by the time of Jericho shows up.
But Dominic like retiring AJ Styles, that would be pretty good.
The whole Dominic thing is so crazy. The Dominic thing is so
Chris Jericho, but Dominic retiring people is crazy.
It's crazy.
What said AJ Styles?
Sorry, I was watching the Raw in the background. Him retiring Jericho would be something.
The Dom thing
might also retire AJ Styles.
But
the Dom thing is so interesting to me. I mean, it's like it's such a phenomenon. A year and a half ago, he couldn't get a word out because of how much the booing that was going on with this guy. Now he has his own chant. Dirty Dom, dirty Dom, dirty Dom.
I would argue he has a remix of the chant that everybody has, which I hate. I hate that they just insert the name. It goes Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Dirty Dom,
Dipperstein,
like
Dipperstein,
exactly. Brian Dipperstein.
No, just Dipperstein.
Well, or just Bry. If you listen to last week's episode.
I know, that was cute. Rosenberg.
Yeah.
StatGuy Greg. StatGuy Greg.
I don't love that American crowds do that chant.
What, the StatGuy Greg chant?
Oh no, that American crowds have picked up that chant. I'm like, come on, man.
It's by the way, they're so annoying. I hate them.
What, the chants?
I don't mind in general. The whole I don't like that one. I'm not down with that.
Such and such.
Now,
such and such.
But are you going to hate on the crowd on Sunday though? Like, will you enjoy a raucous European crowd?
To a certain degree, yes. But then, like, I don't like when they hijack the show. I don't like it. Now they're like acknowledging the show hijacking at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even like, it's like, no. But I love that there's fans in France that go that crazy. Of course. We love wrestling. We think it's great. Don't you?
Oh, I also think it's great.
We love it.
I'm also
upset.
I never came up with a Jericho opponent. Although I really do like the Rumble idea now, though. That really would be a lot of fun.
Rumble, yeah. Dip converted me. It was like,
because I went from I don't Saudi see him pop at all. Though, do we get the big Saudi pop for him like that? Like we would in Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be a Detroit pop, but we'll get. I got to tell you, the Saudi crowd really. I think we have like American expectations of whatever that's going to be, and it's not. Like they really seem to react almost the exact same as every American show, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And like you said, they don't get their credit. They don't get their credit for how much they bring to the table as a crowd for these shows.
There's an adorable child behind me kicking her legs into the air. This child is very, very cute. And guess what? She's going to her first PLE on Sunday.
Oh, Mage.
She's got the headphones. I don't know how long she's going to last at the show. But
do they have like snacks for her at catering also? Because people bring their babies. Do they have baby stuff at catering?
We will have formula.
No, but like, you know, the made stuff, the good, the WWE Parisian.
I've never seen baby food at catering.
Because you haven't been looking, but maybe there's a situation that could happen.
Well, I mean, she doesn't eat food yet, really. She just kind of like mashes banana into her mouth. You know, some mango puree.
She's mashing bananas into the mouth.
She's starting to mash things. Yeah.
She's mashing into the mouth. Yeah, that's how I eat string cheese. I just smash it right into my mouth.
Isn't that how everyone eats string cheese?
What is this?
Bundaberg.
What is it?
Bundaberg.
It's what is it? A Bundaberg. She brought me a drink called Bundaberg. You ever seen this?
No.
Is it good? Passion fruit sparkling soft drink. Australian
it
family
looks
owned.
Good.
It's probably filled with sugar. Filled with sugar. It's filled with sugar.
By the way, he turned it into a joke. But what came out of his mouth was 100% authentic Jewish old lady. And that wasn't, he had to cover it by making it a joke after. But his natural response was like, there's sugar in there. By the way, I do the same thing. I'm sure
you could have let him get away with it. He would have got away with it.
the delicious 400 grams of sugar drink of the cinch. I love it. All right, so while we're on the Jericho of it all, let's move on from Jericho and talk other AEW things for a moment. SUG was having a conversation about Kenny Omega that I thought was interesting online. SUG, why did you say you think the door is closed on Kenny Omega coming to WWE?
First of all, he's not passing the physical, so that's out.
You mean because he doesn't want to? He doesn't want to not.
I think his body has been through so much, just with New Japan and AEW, and he's always out with injuries and this and that. That I think that just medically, the door might be closed on him operating at a high level in WWE. But also, you know, we said this before: AEW Kenny Omega and New Japan Kenny Omega are different. And if he's not going to be operating at that high level, that New Japan level, that, you know, best bout machine level, then I don't need to see him in WWE. There's some matchups for him over there on paper. But if he's not going to be at the level that he needs to be for it, which I don't think physically he can get to that level anymore, honestly, then he can stay where he is. It can still be a dream, because I would hate if the match that I imagine in my head is better than what we get on paper and what we get.
You know what? At first, I thought your take was just a random blind AEW hate tweet, but I see what
I'm
you're
good
saying
for those.
Now. Yeah, exactly. You've been good for them many times.
Yeah.
Although recently you seem slightly less likely to lean that way, but he's 41 now, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about it. It is a lot of serious injuries at this point. And if there is a window, do you know Dip? Do you have any idea how long is he? How many years? Do either of you know how long he's supposed to be there?
No idea.
I wonder, because the window would have to be soon. Like, if there was a way for him to get one last run out, it would have to be pretty soon. And because you really would. You're right, SGG. Do you want him to go to WWE if when you get him, it's like an older version of him where you don't see the magic? Because I do maintain that Kenny Omega, prime Kenny Omega, in ring, is about as good as anyone I've ever seen do it.
Oh my God, of course.
That's
not up for debate.
There. I think people would probably debate that.
That he's one of the best wrestlers of all time?
Yes, I think people would.
In ring,
for sure.
He's definitely one of the best wrestlers in ring ever.
I'm just telling you, I think it would be a debate.
I wouldn't say in ring one of the best wrestlers of all time. At the time, in his time though, that era, he was one of the best. You know how they say, "Oh, I'm the best today," and Ric Flair would say, "I'm the best wrestler today," even though his day had long been past. I think if Kenny Omega had said, "I'm the best wrestler today" or one of the best today, fair, no debate. But then to say all time and then put him up there with some of the greats of the greats and the best of the best of the best, no.
It's
a nuance.
I don't like. Well, here's the nuance of it. The nuance is that fans like us aren't able to truly, in my opinion, this is the one thing where I think wrestling is different than sports. I think in sports, and I know athletes will get pissed about this, but good. In sports, I think if you're a fan of a sport, you can watch it having never played it and be like, I'm sorry, this person's better than that person. It just is. Like, I've seen enough. I know, yes. Oh, I get it. There's nuance I'm not seeing. Okay, sure. I think in wrestling, there's a nuanced part of it. Hey, babe, do we have to have the plastic crumpling contest right now? She is so cute when I scold her for that. No, I hate doing it. By the way, there are times when I try to tell my wife to do something.
Come flying by your head.
No. There are other times when she's just mean to me for, like, I'll say something and she just gives me a look of death for no reason. But when she's disrespecting the radio, she does feel bad when I call her out for it. Although that still didn't stop her from completely going back into the crumpling of the bags. But I digress. I think with wrestling, I think that nuance that's in there of what they see that we don't, I think is more valuable than in sports. So, like, I think there's a chance, Dip, that people like me and you who mark out over the way Kenny Omega wrestles, would you be completely shocked if you turned on one of the other shows that we have on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 and heard a former wrestler say, "Oh, that guy's the drizzling shits"? He can't do any,
Right.
he doesn't do any of the basics right. He can't do this. He can't do that. Name his stories that mattered. Name this. Name that. So I don't know, but I know for me, from my fan standpoint, when it comes to like watching an in-ring talent do awesome stuff that not only is innovative but looks incredibly clean and athletic, I think Kenny Omega is as great as anyone I've ever seen do that stuff.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the one thing. Bag crumpling, okay, is a storied thing for Jewish mothers. They are crumpling bags for generations. Okay, my great grandmother was a bag crumpler. My grandmother was a bag crumpler, and when I stay with my parents, my mother is up very early crumpling bags. So I just want to defend Natalie, okay?
We got a new.
She's a new mother. You let her crumple the bags.
We got a new shirt. We got a new shirt coming on the way. Dipperstein, grandson of a crumpler, coming to the cheek.
Exactly. No, son of a crumpler.
Son of a crumpler.
I'm a son of a crumpler.
Yeah.
Is your mother crumple bags?
Oh,
plastic bag with the cheap heat logos on the back of the shirt.
My mom's collection of plastic and paper bags is unlike the devices that Jewish women have in their house to hold the old crumpled bags.
Yes.
Oh, my mom has a thing that hangs from the doorknob.
Yes.
That's like a sleeve for crumpled bags.
And what is it? It's a bag. That it will eventually be crumpled into another bag.
No, she has some sort of thing that's an actual thing.
A crumpled bag holder.
Yeah. And now I'm looking at my daughter, who one day will also be a bag crumpler.
Nothing you can do about it.
You'll be able to notice when you give her toys if she's crumpling the toys.
Oh, well, hold on. She loves crumpling. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Son of a crumpler is maybe the next shirt. We have people listening right now going, "Oh, I am also the son and daughter of a crumpler." They can't help it. So all right. So we talked some about Kenny Omega. I do want to show some love at some point to what MJF and Hangman did over the weekend, last weekend as well. But when we come back, we will go through the rest of the card and talk a little bit about Roman Reigns. What the hell is going on with Roman Reigns? And the shoe will follow. This is Cheap Heat live on a Friday on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Turn snack time into fun time with Mr. Freeze freezer bars. It's as fun to squeeze as it is to eat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7, Cheap Heat Live. Happy Friday. Clash in Paris this Sunday. Also, so we're officially going to be in Indianapolis. I'm preparing to get my shrimp. September 20th. I got it. Dip, are you going to come?
There's a chance. There's a chance. But multiple people within the organization have told me that I probably should be there. So,
well, here's my question: do you have any clients who work for both WWE and ESPN, for which this is a big weekend?
I know. So his name's Peter Rosenberg. I kind of want to go. I'll tell you why. For the main reason being that I love wrestling and I think it's great. Well,
by the way, if this helps push you that direction, I haven't done this in a long time since the baby was born, but given everything that's going on, I'm getting there Friday.
I cannot be there Friday.
Why?
I cannot be there Friday. I have a commitment that is immobile on that Friday night.
You have an immobile commitment. Well, then you're not coming.
Immobile. Why I'd have to fly in day of.
You're not flying in day of to Indianapolis. Come on. What is this, a joke?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just be realistic. You're going to go one day? You're going to go Saturday to Sunday?
Don't yell at me.
Well, you know what? This is the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. You're saying the immovable object wins?
Yes. The immovable object is going to win.
Oh, wow. That is unfortunate. How about this?
I will tell you what it is offline. Yeah.
You can't say it.
I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Only for purposes of friend stuff. But you'll be like, oh yeah, you can't move that.
Well, guess what? You're not coming then. There are 2 direct flights from Los Angeles to Indy.
Okay.
Both at 10:34 a.m. I guess it's one flight. with under 2 different airlines.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
That
so
is
what
so
time does
crazy.
it get me in?
5:39.
Forget it.
Yeah.
It's a 4-hour flight. You're not doing a 4-hour flight for one night. You blew it.
Yeah.
This was going to be a good one. This was going to be a really
What's
good
the
one.
latest flight out on Friday?
There's not going to be any flights probably.
Don't
Well,
yell.
what time is
Don't
your
yell.
what time is whatever you have?
At night.
It's at night.
Yeah.
Well, here's the beauty though. I will say that, I mean, you could get a connecting flight, I'm sure. But LAX is so weird with some of the flights that they don't have. Like, why does New York have 23 nonstops to Indy on that Friday?
I'm going to look
And
it up.
LA has 1. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And it's the home of Pat McAfee, for God's sake. Did they not know that? It's the home of the Indianapolis Colts. It's the home of the most delightful shrimp in all of Middle America at St. Elmo's Steakhouse. Isn't that right, little baby?
Oh yeah, she sounds like she's a fan.
She's as bad as the bag crumpler over there, let me tell you. She's doing tummy time now. She's screaming. Dip, Natalie got me some T-shirts at Hollister. What are your thoughts?
I haven't walked into a Hollister since the mid-2000s.
I just walked in there.
Since the Bush administration.
They have some nice Bush 2 or Bush 1?
Bush 2.
Bush 2. Bush 2.
That was a good question.
They have some great plain T-shirts. I've never really spent much time there.
Oh, really?
But yeah, they also had an Undertaker shirt, and they had a Yeet football jersey. You see the Yeet football jersey? I passed on that.
There's a lot of flights. What are you talking about?
Really? So why does Expedia suck?
Oh, actually, not. They're all stopovers.
Hit
by the way,
non-stop.
I don't care.
Again, SUG, can you believe it? He doesn't care about first class.
I
He
care.
doesn't
I
care
care
about lounges. He doesn't care about stopovers.
I do care.
It's insane.
Why don't you walk?
Just fly Spirit. Just get there on the Spirit Airlines.
SUG. By the way, SUG, it's such a great take. Dip, just start doing Spirit, Frontier. Like, just do the worst ones then.
I'm not.
Dip,
I'm not.
Seats are tiny and they won't bother you. Frontier. It doesn't matter.
I don't like Frontier. I'll tell you that. I'm not.
You've been on a Frontier flight?
Yeah, I've been on Frontier.
You've been on a Frontier flight?
I have.
Wow. Hello, my name is Brian Dipperstein, and I've been on a Frontier flight. You think you know people?
I'm also the son of a Frontier person.
Is that true? Oh, no. You want to know what I am? And again, this goes right hand in hand with the son of a crumpler. I am the son of a Southwest parents. Okay? You want to know Southwest.
Wait, I'm seeing a flight.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a 9 a.m. Hold on.
9 a.m. That didn't do anything. I don't trust Dip. Dip, have your assistant do this. You don't know what you're doing. All right, let's get back to Clash in Paris. It's happening on Sunday right here, practically a stone's throw from where I'm sitting at the Arena de Défense here in, it's outside Paris and sort of the like business district.
Close enough.
SUG, Roman Reigns has a match to try to get his sneakers back. Let me ask you. We've been tough on Roman the last couple weeks. I've been trying to ask SUG, the biggest Roman fan in the bunch, some tough questions with regard to Roman. Are you into the Shula Fala business, or do you think it's stupid?
I'm into it, but for what it means for Bronson Reed, right? Because it makes him. I'm going to use a word that I don't like using, especially towards, I guess, marginalized populations. But it makes Bronson Reed look like a thug, like a street thug, like a bully, like one of those kids that I grew up with. Really, like,
and you like that.
I like that. I like that because you know what? Representation matters, and the thugs need representation too. Like they need to see.
That's what you're saying.
They need to see a character. They do. They need to see a character that's authentic to them. And there were dudes that would beat you up and then steal your shoes. He's not also wearing the shoes, but I like.
No, he just steals them. So it's so interesting that you said that you addressed that the way you did, because I didn't know where you were going to go. The word I could, if I were not lazy, I could. You know what? I could use ChatGPT and write a great dissertation on the word thug. Talk about the evolution of a word. You talk about a word with a million different meanings and connotations as time has gone on. And now it landed at some point in the last 10 years, landed firmly on it's not a slur, but I don't like it when I hear it kind of word. It landed.
It raises antennas.
It raised an antenna. You could have gone with what about go old school, but I find it safer in terms from a racial standpoint. How about hoodlum? Makes him look like a hoodlum.
He is all literally all of those things, especially when he came out and he's just like, I'm the Samoan that your parents warned you about. Like, think about the wild Samoans and how crazy they are.
I use whatever Trick Daddy's definition is. I love Trick Daddy. I was one of the biggest Trick Daddy guys in the biz today.
Who was it?
By the way, you think I wouldn't have been able to guess
that I like
that you like Trick Daddy?
I'm a gigantic Trick Daddy.
Have you seen any of the videos of little girls, like teenage girls, hearing the words to Nan with their parents?
Oh, and they're like appalled?
No. Yeah, a mother playing like, you want to listen to what I used to listen to, and playing their like 16-year-old daughter Nan, and the daughter's like, oh my god.
Nah,
it's an appalling record. It's appalling.
That is an appalling record.
It's appalling. It is appalling.
Real quick, we're going through so many different things right now, and that's why this is the #1 sports and recreation program in the world. The #1, hey baby, I'm trying to, Maya, I'm doing the show right now. I'm doing Cheap Heat Live. I know we're in Paris. It's exciting. You're very cute, but we're talking Trick Daddy, so it's time to prioritize. If you had to pick one Trick Daddy song, only one, okay? By the way, if anyone in the world, I just want to be clear about this. If you want to know where you stand with me and you're listening right now and you're all thinking this question through in your head, just know that if any part of you thought, take it to the house, just know you are never touching an aux cord around me. Just know that.
I would go shut up.
Take it to the house, not in the conversation.
I'm a big shut up guy. One of the biggest shut up guys.
It's like it feels like the Miami song to me with the band.
It's such a great call.
Shut up is the one.
I'm a big shut up guy.
All right, Dip's still thinking. Natalie, do you have an
answer?
No,
I'm going to tell you what it is right now.
All right, hold on. Dip's giving me his. Go ahead. Yep.
I'm a thug.
So I think that's right there in the conversation.
Of best Trick Daddy songs?
Yes. Natalie, best Trick Daddy song?
Let's Go is Mage as well.
Wow, she went Let's Go.
Let's Go is Mage. Let's Go is Mage.
Let's Go is Lil Jon, right? That's the Lil Jon one?
It's Lil Johnny. It's Lil Johnish.
I think it's Lil Jon. I think it's produced by Lil Jon. Let me tell you something about Dip. Let me tell you about that time in music. Things weren't Lil Jonish, all right? They were Lil Jon.
That's true. That, by the way, the best time for hip hop, arguably.
I'm upset that when I typed in "Let's Go," the first listing on Wikipedia that came up was "Let's Go Brandon," but the producer is not. It's featuring Lil Jon. Okay. It's not produced by Lil Jon.
God, he is so Mage, Trick Daddy. Is he okay, Mr. Daddy?
He depends on your definition of okay.
Yeah, he's a loose. He said some interesting things. He's definitely gone hardcore after Ebro. I don't think he's ever attacked me. I don't think I've ever caught it when he's going after.
I haven't followed Trick Daddy's life at all.
I may have caught a stray. But real quick, if you're wondering why Dip said earlier, you're listening to you go, I don't know of this Trick Daddy which you speak. I apologize, guys. My baby is teething and getting loud. His first album, of course, with Nan that we talked about, is based on a true story. But then there was the classic www.thug.com, which is the second album. And then he decided to push things to the next level. His second album, released in 2000, is Book of Thugs, chapter AK, verse 47. That is incredible.
I forgot about that.
By the way, that is like you're joking. This is mockery now. Okay. The next album was Thugs Are Us. I'm guessing that one has I'm a Thug. Yep, it does. That has Take It to the House and I'm a Thug. So that one did quite well. After that, he was not done. He went to and had Thug Holiday, of course. Oh my God, another one. Thug Holiday itself is pretty big. But guys, In the Wind with CeeLo and Big Boy.
Major record.
Oh, forgot about
that. Remember that one? In the Wind is a banger. I forgot about that. That was, of course, on Thug Holiday, which is that's actually what Natalie and I were privately calling this vacation to Paris. Then there was Thug Matrimony, Married to the Streets, Back by Thug Demand, that doesn't even really make sense. And then lastly, finally famous, born a thug, still a thug. So if you didn't know why Dip said, I go by the Trick Daddy definition. Now be honest, Dip, in your mind, you were just thinking about the song I'm a Thug. You didn't remember that every album he put out had thug in the title, did you?
No, but I associate him with that word because of how many. No, I do. I know all the times he's used it. Like, I was a big fan.
That's all right. I don't know how we got. Oh, because you were saying you like the what the character Bronson Reed is gaining from stealing the shoes.
Yes.
Let's go back to Bronson Reed.
Yeah, so back to Bronson Reed, whose album
like
www.thug.com is coming out soon. He would appreciate this conversation, by the way. Big hip hop head, Bronson Reed. Listen, Dip made the point last week that Roman has really just kind of been like Captain Save-A-Ho. You know, like there's a problem, Roman shows up. I don't think that has changed. I think right here what we're going to get is a nice big Roman spear and win in the middle of the ring. But then we're still left with where do we go next with Roman Reigns, Dip?
Here's the issue. I think he had such an insane babyface run in the last year and a half or 2 years that it's going to be impossible to repeat that babyface run and to be I'm all about him. I've totally come around on Roman. I think he feels like as big a deal as everyone treats him as he is. But at the end of the day, how do you repeat like what you did 2 years ago with him being like the OTC thing is going to wane at some point. And it's like, how do you reinvent Roman Reigns? Do you need to? Do you want to? I just don't know if you're going to be able to recapture the glamour of what, Roman has been as a babyface a second time.
I think they will, but I think it's going to require some shifting dynamics. Seth is already like becoming, because remember when Roman was on his tribal chief run, his main rivals were Seth and Cody. Seth is a heel, Roman's a babyface now. I think if you shift Cody into that heel position, then that freshens things up enough for Roman to get there. But for Roman to be a babyface, and I said this when it was Cody, he needs some adversity, which is why I don't think the time is now for a spear when Roman, everything is good. I think Bronson Reed needs to put him down. Not necessarily violently, but Bronson Reed, like,
that's not going to happen. I wish it would.
Look, I love Roman, but he got to be interesting too. He can't. It's just not interesting if he just steamrolls. Like, it needs to be. I need to see something at the end of this.
Wow,
and
SGG,
him just steamrolling is not.
As I live and breathe, SGG.
And he's.
You're. Listen, you are growing up right in front of our very eyes.
It got to ebb and flow though. I can't say storytelling. But then when I'm writing the story, it's and then Roman wins, and we go to the next chapter, and then Roman wins again, and then we go to the next chapter.
SGG,
like, it has to build to something.
No, listen, what you're saying is right. Listen, you're about to turn 40 years old, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I feel like at 36 years old, it still would have been. I just want Roman to win.
But I was right though. I was right when I was saying that. I was 36 and I was right.
Until you were wrong. And then you were only wrong once. You were only wrong once.
That's true.
But maybe, listen, we don't know if you were right. Maybe he could have kept winning then, and then he wouldn't be in this place he is now. But either way, eventually you lose, and then you have to get rebuilt and reborn in some way. So I'm picking Roman to win. Nice thought there, SGG, but I'm going to go Roman. You picking Roman, or are you going with your heart?
I'm picking Roman, but I feel like the story needs a Roman loss, but I'm going to go Roman.
I guess there is a world where Braun Breaker fears the hell out of Roman, and then he gets tsunami'd 5 times, and listen, by the way,
we haven't seen Braun Breaker either. Like, they quietly, conditioning us to not think about him. Oh, he was there. He was at the end of the Raw, but we haven't seen him with Bronson Reed, attacking Roman. Like, on Monday, It was just Roman and Bronson 1-on-1. So like,
and Braun had a match with LA Knight.
Yes. In the main event.
But we didn't see them together. Touche. Sheamus Rusev and a good old Donnybrook. I'm going to go Sheamus, but who the hell knows, right?
I'm going to go Sheamus too, but this is going to be a great match.
Me too, Sheamus.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, that's going to be. I hope they. I really would like to see. By the way, can I say something about the Donnybrook? Can we get old school again? Like, let's leave the arena and do crazy Attitude Era kind of things.
I totally agree. You know how I feel about getting outside the ring. Love it.
They don't like to do it that much anymore. Bring me back to Mick Foley days, man. Like, get me in the underbelly of the arena. It's so fun. Like, you got to separate these matches, and it's not done often anymore. So it really would stand out. I get it. That's not the kind of matches these two have. They just beat the living hell out of each other. But I still would enjoy.
They could do it outside of the ring.
That's the thing. Why not? Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. I'm going to say it right now. If Seth Rollins were to lose the title at this point after everything that's happened, I would go ahead and call it one of the biggest upsets in history. I don't care if he's in there with other legends. He absolutely cannot lose right now. It would be shocking beyond belief, SUG.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it one of the biggest upsets in history, but I also don't see him. I don't see him losing.
Fine, I may have overstated it, considering he is in there with CM Punk and whatever, but it's not happening. It just can't happen. It would be madness. It would be madness.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
LA Knight is not becoming world champion on Sunday. Jey Uso is not getting the world championship back on Sunday. And CM Punk just had the world championship for a second. That story can't end now. So I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know if there'll be Michigas involving like other people, but it's Seth Rollins all day long.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Lastly, John Cena versus Logan Paul. As I predicted, it was fun last week seeing John Cena back in the role of babyface John Cena. Like, I don't like how they got there. I'm never going to mince words about that. I'm actually kind of disgusted by it. But we did get this break of babyface John Cena. So last week, getting to see him cut promos as babyface John Cena, it felt pretty good, guys. And I liked him and Logan Paul having like what felt like pretty real talk with one another.
Listen, it was great. Honestly, it was stellar work from both of them. And it feels like, even though I like, I don't like when a feud just exists between two people that are talking to each other in the ring. I would say this is the best version of what that could possibly be. So kudos to them. Cena still got it, man. He can still go out there and talk. And Logan Paul is a freaking natural in every sense of the word. You know how much I respect him.
It's crazy how natural he is at everything. Even his promo game at this stage is, But it was interesting, of course, Cena saying, "Wow, you've had 23 matches. I've been here 23 years."
Yeah, that was good.
And it is important to remember that's a crazy low amount of time. Think about Logan Paul. He's like one of the main people in the company. Like, I think he's in the. I think he's in the first series of LJNs that they're putting out.
Yeah, I can't wait for them. I'm going to buy them all. I'll buy every single one.
Well, that's what it says on the package. It says buy them all.
I'm gonna do it.
When are they out?
I don't know, but I'm going to follow the instructions and buy them all.
Well, you have to. But I think that some of them are the exact same. Dip, are you going to rebuy? Oh, wow, this is fun. I'm looking at them now.
The Hogan one? No, I mean, yeah, I'll buy it. Yeah, whatever.
You'll buy Hogan again? It's the same. Hogan's the same shape, though, I think.
Oh, I bought during COVID. I bought all the LJNs that I never had, used ones. I bought all the ones that I never had. So how could I not continue? I love the Major Bendy's ones too, man. They're freaking awesome. I have,
with the big rubber guys.
The big rubber guys are awesome. I got the Powers of Pain.
What are they charging for the LJNs these days? You think
the big rubber guys? I think are $50 each.
No
insanity.
Yeah,
no,
I think maybe more.
No,
they are, but it is insanity. They Dip is right about the price point, and I am saying that is nuts.
They're works of art.
Wait. What do you mean the big rubber ones? The regular ones we used to buy?
No, Matt Cardona. Yeah. Matt Cardona's he has a line of LJNs that are LJN adjacent ones that are modeled after LJNs.
Yeah, they're called big rubber guys.
Big rubber guys, they're called.
Got it. But what are the LJNs going to be called? I mean, cost.
The LJNs are probably cost half that, like 25. 25.
Yeah, probably, maybe more. I don't know. Wrestling
we were
figures
kids.
used to cost $4.99. Now they cost $20, more, $30, $40.
No,
They do the ultimate thing. I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, the ultimates cost like $35.
I'll tell you what, my parents would barely buy them for me when I was a kid, and I think the LJNs were $9.99.
Yeah.
$8.99, something like that. And they wouldn't, my parents, I mean, whatever. Let's not, I come from a family of crumplers, okay? These are people who fly Southwest, they crumple bags, and they don't want to waste money on action figures, all right? John Cena is going to beat Logan Paul, guys, and does Brock show up again? I would imagine that's possible, right? There has to be moving forward to Brock Lesnar again. I can't imagine Cena and Logan is continuing. This is it.
Well,
for
they teased somebody showing up, right? Because right before John Cena got cracked, British Adam Pearce Nick Aldis told him that, look, so-and-so is going to show up. And then before we find out who that is, I think it is Brock, but yeah, somebody is waiting in the wings.
All right, well, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us on this Friday. I hope you tune into the Countdown Show and Post Show, and of course, Clash in Paris on Sunday. We'll be back next week. Don't forget, subscribe to Cheap Heat wherever you find podcasts. Check out our Patreon, Cheap Heat Live on Patreon. Apologies for my adorable crying baby, SGG, Dipperstein. Do me a favor and stay mage.